I realized that I didn't have to know how I was going to do something, because it was eventually going to manifest its way out. So like when you have this goal, right, and you may have a plan, right, and you start the plan, say you start the plan and it doesn't go well. Guess what? That plan or that failure that you just experienced is going to reveal another path for you. So if you sit around and you do nothing, guess what? You're going to get nothing, because you didn't learn any lessons. You didn't fail a couple times to know how you were going to get that end result. Hey guys, it's Aliesha, or you can call me Lai. I'm doing a little, I don't even know what to call these, like my motivational talks. I don't know. I don't quite know what the title is yet, but I know it's along the lines of you don't have to know how to create your dream life or your dream reality, and just go after your dreams, just go after your goals. So basically, I have always been the type to really like always be so optimistic about my future, and just always like optimistic about my life, or just honestly, I've always been the type to like really just dream big. I like to think I'm a little delusional sometimes. I can be very, very delusional. And delusion is actually really, really good. But my delusion sometimes could get me in trouble, because sometimes I would be like overly delusional in my life, to the point where I would really, really want something in my life and I want to go after it, but I would be overly optimistic about something, and then I wouldn't even like take the steps to get to my dream life. And then when I didn't take the steps to get to my dream life, and I just thought it was gonna appear out of nowhere, I just started to get into this, I would get into this rabbit hole of like feeling sad. So in turn, my optimism would like turn into sadness once my dreams and my reality didn't happen the way I thought it was, because I wasn't taking the steps to align to my goals or to align to the dreams that I had. I would just think it was gonna appear out of nowhere, and then when it didn't, I just became really, really depressed. I just became really, really sad. And I bring this up because I want to talk about I feel like there are two sides. Well, actually there are three sides to people. So I think we have like the really optimistic people that do go after their dreams, and they do go take action for their own goals. Then we have the overly optimistic people that think like things just happen out of thin air, and that was literally me. And then we also have people that are like super, super negative, and will be negative to the point where they don't even go after they don't even go after what they want or their dreams, because they think it can't happen for them, and they don't think that they're deserving of it, or they just don't think that they are capable of it, or that those things can happen in their lives. I've definitely been on all three ends of those spectrums, where I either was super, super negative, or super, super optimistic, where I just thought like I didn't have to do anything and it would just appear out of thin air. What the hell? And I also been to the point actually now where I have this healthy level of delusion and optimism, but I'm still going after my dreams. And I was just thinking about it the other day, and I was like, there are certain things that are popping up in my life because I've been taking actions and I've been taking steps to get to that point. And I was thinking about how like before, like almost 2 years ago, I wanted something in my life that I currently have or am working toward, like several things in my life that I either have or am working toward. And I looked back and I was like, what in my right mind thought that like I would actually get that goal or that achievement that I wanted, when I wasn't doing anything to take the necessary steps to get there. I wasn't aligning with who I wanted to be. And I almost laughed at myself, because I was like, you were sitting around being all sad because you couldn't create your dream life, or you couldn't create your dream reality, because but you weren't even taking the steps to get there. You didn't even believe in yourself. You didn't even give yourself affirmations. You didn't even take actions. You didn't even align yourself to your goals. What in the world made you think you were going to get there, you know? And I believe in manifestation. I believe in being positive. I believe in all that. I believe in all of that stuff. But I also do believe that you do have to put in some level of work. And I noticed too that a lot of the things that happened while I was so optimistic about my future in the past, I didn't know how to get there. So because I didn't know how to get there, it would make me sad, it would make me upset, it would make me like, oh my God, I'm just gonna give up because I don't know how to get here, you know? And in turn, I wouldn't do anything. So I would like flip on both ends of the spectrum, where I would either be overly optimistic and thought it was gonna appear out of thin air, or I was really, really negative and didn't know how to get somewhere. So I in turn became sad and I gave up on my dreams and I gave up on the things that I wanted to do. And now that I'm in this part of my life where I'm in the middle, where I'm optimistic, I'm going after what I want, I've realized that you don't necessarily have to know how you're going to get somewhere. You just have to do what you know, and you have to apply the knowledge that you're learning. And you don't necessarily have to know, everything. You go after something, if you put in the actions and you also learn along the way, that's exactly how you get to your goal. You don't get to your goal by just sitting around and wondering, oh, how am I going to do this? How do I do that? And you don't get to your goals if you're just like, oh my God, woe, it's me, like, and you're negative and you have this negative mindset, because all you are doing is you're just sitting in that. You're sitting in whatever your mind believes. You are just sitting in that and you're not moving at all. I believe that it starts with your mind. It starts with your thoughts. It starts with your mind. So if your thoughts are that you can't do something, guess what? Your actions are going to reflect those thoughts, and your actions create that reality. So if you think that, hey, I can't do this, then you're going to take actions to not do it, and then that's going to create your reality. And there was one point in my life where I looked around and I was like, dang, like, I have this stuff because of me, because I believe that I couldn't do something. So I have the lesser of what I wanted because of the fact that I believe that that's what I deserve. I believe that that's all I can do. And then when I started to like align myself with what I wanted and did the things that people would do who had those things, that's when those things would appear in my life. And then I realized that I didn't have to know how I was going to do something, because it was eventually going to manifest its way out. So like when you have this goal, right, and you may have a plan, right, and you start the plan, and it doesn't go well. Guess what? That plan or that failure that you just experienced is going to reveal another path for you. So if you sit around and you do nothing, guess what? You're going to get nothing, because you didn't learn any lessons. You didn't fail a couple times to know how you were going to get that end result. So if you're working towards something and you start creating this plan for your life. Creating the plan, and you start the plan and it fails, you learn the lessons from the failure. So now you're like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't do it this way. How about we try this way? You start to brainstorm different ways to get somewhere. Certain ways of how to do something starts appearing because you're technically learning as you go. But if you sit around and you do nothing and you're like, oh, I gotta learn a bunch of things. Oh, I gotta watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Oh, I gotta read a bunch of self-help books. I gotta read this. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. I gotta learn from this person. You're never applying anything. You're not applying what you know. But if you know one thing, and you take what you know and you go after it, another thing is going to reveal itself, so where you are going to align yourself with that goal. But if you don't take any action, you're never going to move anywhere. You're never going to go anywhere. You're never going to create that reality for yourself. And that also brings me to my point too, is like when you're going after your goals and you do have a plan, if something is not working out, you need to look at that plan as an option. That plan was an option. It wasn't like the definite way of how you're going to get somewhere. There are so many different ways how people have gotten to a certain goal. They might have had the same goal, the same dream, but they've all gotten to it a different way. So do not get stuck on how the plan that you created for yourself. If that plan keeps on failing, you need to try something else. You need to brainstorm something else. But what I'm saying too is that you cannot just sit up there and brainstorm, plan and wonder how you're going to get to somewhere without taking that proper action to get there. Because when you take that action, that is exactly when another plan reveals itself on how to get somewhere. And then that plan might fail, but guess what? You learned 2 new lessons from 2 different plans that you made. And now you're like, okay, well, let me try this third plan. You try the third plan, and guess what? You succeed. But the thing is, people give up too fast. You don't have to know how you're going to get somewhere. People give up too fast when they don't see any results, when they keep failing, when all these things keep happening to them, not realizing that the failure and the things that are happening to them is teaching them. The failure is for them. It's supposed to align you with your higher self. It's supposed to align you with your goals. It's supposed to align you with your future self. The reason why you keep failing is because you're learning a lesson. You're learning how to sustain that thing. You're learning how to keep it. So once you have it, you know, hey, I don't need to do it that way. I can't do it that way. I need to do it this way. You have to fall in love with the idea of failure, because failure equals lessons. You have to learn from all of your failures. That is how you're going to get to somewhere. You also have to believe you're capable. You have to work on your thoughts so that you can create those actions. You can create you can start moving towards something. If your thoughts are that you can't do something, you need to fix those thoughts. You need to, and I talk about this all the time in my videos, you have to write in your journal. You have to write out the limiting beliefs, the thoughts that you have in your life that you feel like you can't get somewhere, or the things that you told yourself, or you need to dig up these things and flip them and change your perspective. You don't know how something is going to reveal itself to you. So you can't just sit around and think like, oh, like I don't know how I'm going to do it, so I'm not going to do it. Do what you know. Do what you know. You know something. You know how to do something. And if you know how to do something, if you have only one way that you know how to do it, then do that. Because after you fail, or you may succeed too. You may succeed too. After you succeed, after you fail, whatever happens, you'll either learn a lesson or you'll get what you wanted to get. You'll get that dream life. You'll get that dream, you'll get that dream car, you'll get that dream place, you'll get that dream business, whatever you want, like you'll get it. But you have to put yourself out there. You have to take risks. If you never take a risk for your life, you're never going to see what's going to happen. You're never going to see what's going to happen if you don't ever take a risk. Now, make smart decisions. Let's be real here. Make smart decisions. But take a risk. Take a risk, Especially if you're in your 20s like me. Baby, you better be taking all the risks you can. You better be taking all the risks you can. You do not have to know how you're going to create your dream life. You just know you have something already in you. You already have that desire. You already have that desire in you. And even if you have that desire, that means you have that drive to do what you want to do. And if you have that drive, you need to work on those thoughts, and you need to take the actions, the thing that you already know, at least one thing. You know at least one thing. I promise you do. Take whatever action you think you know, and then the path will reveal itself. The next thing I want to talk about is, are you preparing yourself for what you want? Are you aligning yourself with the things that you want in your life? So for instance, say you want to be a YouTuber or a content creator. Are you aligning yourself with that goal? Are you filming content? Are you posting, and this is something for me. I gotta listen to my own advice. But like, are you posting consistently? Are you buying the equipment that you need to buy? Are you investing in yourself? Are you editing? Are you making sure your videos are up to date? Are you doing trending topics? Are you doing all those things? Are you at least putting yourself out there? How do you expect to get something if you're not aligning yourself with who that person is? If you want to embody something, if you want to be something, if you want to create a certain dream life, if you want a dream body, are you going to the gym? Are you eating healthy? You know? Are you working on your thoughts? Are you doing those things? If you're not doing those things, why do you expect them to happen? You know? And that's what brings you back to, like, you know what to do. You know certain things that you have to do. You may not know everything. You're not going to know the whole picture. You are not going to know the whole picture. You are only shown a puzzle piece, and there's a reason for that. As you keep going, as you keep aligning yourself with what you want to be, doors will open for you. Doors are going to swing open for you because you're starting to align yourself with what you want. So now, whatever you believe in, like, I believe in God, so I'm like, okay, well, now God's like, oh, okay, she's working on something. Oh, let me open this door for her. Oh, or if you, like, believe in the universe or whatever, like, oh, the universe sees that. Okay, the universe sees, oh, she's working on it. Let me open this door for her. Boom. Now you got another door that you got to go through, and now you hit another obstacle. But guess what? You gonna keep going. You got to keep going, because there's another lesson you have to learn. There's another level you have to go to get to where you need to be. Just because life keeps handing you failure after failure after failure does not mean you stop trying. Does that mean that you're not closer to your goal? You're closer than ever. That's why failure keeps happening. That's why you keep getting tested. Because you're closer than ever to your goal. But you stopped. And now that you stopped going towards your goal, guess what? Now you don't have it. Now you gotta start all over again. Don't stop. Do not stop at the face of adversity. Do not stop when you feel like you're failing. Baby, you're not failing. You're learning lessons. You're learning the lesson to get there. You're learning what you need to know. You need to know that so that you can go to the next level. Stop dreaming. Don't dream no more. Stop dreaming. Go after what you want. Do what you want to do. Align yourself with who you want to be. Align yourself. Study. Keep studying. Keep watching those YouTube videos. But also do the thing that you need to do too. Because without doing, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere. I learned that myself when I was sitting there sad because I wasn't where I wanted to be. And I looked around and I said, oh my God, I'm not where I want to be because of me. Because I'm just sitting around either being overly optimistic and thinking that things should be handed to me, or negative and just being negative and thinking that, like, I didn't deserve certain things. Let's talk about that. Why do you feel like you don't deserve certain things? Why do you feel like Mary over there deserves something more than you do? How about y'all both deserve good things? How about y'all both deserve your dreams? Why do other people deserve it more than you do? Come on now. If you have a desire, if you have something in your heart that you want, then you need to go after it. You need to go after it and claim your prize and go get what you want. People aren't more deserving than you are. We're all deserving. We all have the same value, the same intrinsic value. So why aren't you going after what you want in your life? Come on now. Go after it. The path will reveal itself. It will. But you have to take the actions. You have to take the steps to get there. You have to align with yourself with what you want to do. You have to keep going. You cannot fail and think that, oh, because I failed, I'm going to stop. You can't do that. Okay, that's all I had to say. I really hope I made sense, because sometimes when I do these talks, I talk really fast and I feel like I almost don't make sense because I have to get whatever I have to get out of my mind. Like, I literally like start talking and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get what I want, and I get on a roll and I'm like, oh my God. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this little motivational talk. I'm not sure if it was short or not because I can't really see the time on the camera, but like, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little talk, and let me know what else you want to see down below. I'm trying to be consistent. Have you noticed? Like, I'm trying to be consistent. Who am I? I'm over here aligning with myself, my future self, baby. I am aligning, okay? All right, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Have a wonderful day, and bye.